For the best prices and service on Pokemon TCG singles and products, check out ccgcastle.com and use promo code Evolutionaries-5 for 5% off your next order.
What's up, guys? And welcome to Deck Tech Thursday, where we profile cool competitive decks and then we battle them the next day. And my deck tech today is going to be me profiling Tapu Koko. Now, this card right here is one of the biggest reasons why I was so hyped about Guardians Rising to begin with, and he's got some pretty crazy potential now, but when certain cards come out in the future, Tapu Koko has possible Tier 1 status. So, without any delay, we're going to get right into it. Now, of course, being Tapu Koko deck, we are going to be running 3 Tapu Koko GX. Now, what's really cool about him and all the other Tapu GXs is that they don't have any weaknesses. So Tapu Koko is not weak to fighting whatsoever. Though that means he's not resistant to steel, but there's really no steel out right now, minus Metagross, so no big deal. So it's got the ability Arrow Trail, in which when you bench it, you move all electric energy that you want to Tapu Koko, then you switch him to the active. So it's the same as Dragonite's Bustin', but better, because it's just one type and not 2 types of energy. And it's got 2 attacks. It has Sky High Claws for 130 damage. Basically, you're two-shotting everything in the game. And even though 3 energy is it seems a bit bad at glance, keep in mind, the goal is not to ever hard attach to Koko. It's to attach and max elixir around to your other Pokemon, then bench him, move all the energy to Koko, get him in the active, and start hitting for 130 really fast. So, even bulky stuff with a Fighting Fury build can't. They're gonna get knocked out. And next up here we have Tapu Thunder, the GX attack here. Same energy cost as Sky High Claws, but it's really amazing. Does 50 damage times the amount of energy attached to all your opponent's Pokemon in play. So, let's say on average your opponent has 4 energy attached. So, that will be 200 damage right there. And the more energy he has, the more damage is going to build up. So, definitely a really good last-ditch effort. And once your opponent sees that, they might try to be smart and limit their energy attachments, but that works in your favor also. So, no matter what course of action your opponent takes, the Tapu Thunder is going to be benefiting you one way or the other. Alright, and now for his side attackers, we have 1 Jolteon EX and 2 of the new Tapu Koko promo. Now, this one, unlike its GX counterpart, does have weakness to fighting, but resistance to steel, which is cool. I'm going to talk a bit about the Tapu Koko first, because we know about Jolteon. So it's a 110 HP basic, it's not bad, and it's got the attack Electro Ball, but we're not really going to focus on that. Our main focus here is going to be Flying Flip. For a 2 colorless energy, so a double colorless attachment, it does 20 damage to all of your opponent's Pokemon, active and bench. So just for a single double colors, you're adding up 20 damage anywhere. Just keep adding, and then we have plenty of ways to make sure this guy stays alive for a turn or 2, possibly even 3. So, you're almost guaranteed he's going to be in the active for a bit. And just keep piling on that 20 damage everywhere is really, really awesome. And once you're ready, you just switch him out for your full up and powered up Tapu Koko GX and start taking knockouts everywhere. And Jolteon, as we all know, you really just use it for Flash Ray. Being able to prevent your basic Pokemon from damaging him is pretty good. Your opponent's basic Pokemon, sorry. And last up for our supporters, we support Pokemon. So I just call them supporters for some reason. We have 2 copies of Tapu Lele and 1 copy of Shaman EX. Now, this makes it kind of like a cool little Island Guardian deck almost, because you have 2 Tapu Lele and all this Koko here. So Lele, for those of you who don't know, is basically the new Shaman, new Shaman, but it's also the new Jirachi and X-Ball Mewtwo. So it's got the ability Wonder Attack, so when you bench Lele, you can search your deck for a supporter and add it to your hand. Plus it's got the attack Energy Drive for double colors, so it's 20 for each energy attached to Lele and your opponent's active, though you can't apply weakness to it. But the good news is you don't apply resistance to it either. So stuff like Metal and Dark, they don't resist Lele at all. And Shaman is just for your setup to draw up to your F6. Nothing new or special there. And that does it for our Pokemon. We only run 9 Pokemon in here, not too many. And now for our supporters. Get 3 copies of Professor Sycamore and 2 copies of N, your standard stuff here. Absolute, always same draw supporters, nothing new there. Next up here we have 2 copies of Lysander, and that does it for our multiple copies of supporters. Now to our one-ofs, we have 1 Lily, 1 Ninja Boy, 1 Skyla, a Pokemon Fan Club, and a Hex Maniac. Let's just move that up here. So, Ninja Boy is pretty good in this deck in case you accidentally start off with a Tapu Koko GX, which you have 3 of them, so it happens a little more often than you would like. So, Ninja Boy is mainly used to get Tapu Koko into the deck to be able to bench and use Arrow Trail again. But if you have a fully powered up, like say Jolteon for example, but the attack's kind of useless, or if you have a benched Koko, not benched, but active Koko, active Lele, whatever, and it's got 3 lightning energy onto it, just hey, even though you're not really taking advantage of the ability, still pretty good to switch to a Koko and use the Tapu Thunder when needed. And those cards just went flying. I don't know why that happened. Sorry about that. Did not mean to do that. And Skyla's in here mainly because we have Lele now. And a cool little combo to do with Lele is to bench Lele, go for a Skyla, and then play a Skyla to search for any trainer you might need at a time, whether it be the item, tool, stadium, whatever. Pokemon Fan Club's in here because of the gigantic fear of the Trashalanche. Yes, unfortunately, that Garbodor is a huge contender. It's practically a very unfair card. So if you see that, using your Ultra Ball may not always be the smartest play. So Pokemon Fan Club's in here to fix that problem a little bit. Hex Maniac, obvious reasons to shut down abilities once you're done with yours to prevent your opponent from going off too much. And another combo I like to do with Lele is once my hand is low or close to empty on my first turn, go for Lele, bench Lele, search Lily, then play Lele to draw until I have 8. So that's another neat combo I like to do as well. But as far as competitive goes, I would say always go for the Skyla. But if your Skyla's prized, Lily is your very close second choice of supporter. Alright, and that does it for the supporters. And next up, we're going to our items here. For the most part, there's nothing too special about the items. I'll let you guys, I'm gonna just lay out the basic items here. Then we'll get into the more interesting ones. Obviously, I'm still gonna talk about the items, but I figure it's best to just lay them all out first. Alright, so here we go. For Ultra Ball, again, obvious. VS Seeker, obvious, get supporter from your discard. And even though Trash Lance is a thing, yes, we still do run 4 Ultra Ball just because you can't expect every single deck you face to be Trash Lance. Max Elixir, mainly because we just want to see our electric energy on the field as early and quick as possible. 3 Fighting Fury Belt because all of our Pokemon in this deck are basics. And while Choice Band is certainly a good option, here, just gotta reveal quickly. The attack does 130 damage, so with Choice Band, it'd be doing 160 to your opponent's EXs and GXs. That's good. However, most of the time, you're still two-shotting things regardless. So, if I'm still gonna be two-shot whether or not it's a Choice Band or a Fighting Fury Belt, I'd rather pick the Fighting Fury Belt, mainly because the extra HP is always nice. But if you guys think Choice Band's a better option, by all means do that. I'm not saying it's not a good card. It's an amazing card, matter of fact. I would actually argue Choice Band's a little bit broken, but in this particular deck, I would prefer Fighting Fury Belt. And we have 2 copies of Trainer's Mail just to help us search for all this stuff. Once again, I cut it to 2 instead of 3 or 4 because Trashalant and also Skylight in the deck too. Field Blower, very obvious, amazing card we have now. I'm so glad we have this back. Energy Recycler, mainly because I don't run Super on here, instead I run Rescue Stretcher and Energy Recycler. Energy Recycler gets 5 energy from your discard into your deck, which that's amazing because with this deck, you will be thinning out pretty quickly. And Rescue Stretcher, I really like because being able to shuffle 3 to the deck is nice and all, but let's say you have a Tapu Koko GX in your discard pile, and you have plenty of lightning energy everywhere. You would play Rescue Stretcher, get the Koko back to your hand, bench Koko, and then just get all the energy on Koko and put him into active and just start hitting really hard. Max Potion is in here because of the fact that we move around energy with Koko's ability, and once we have a really beat up Pokemon that has all of its energy moved to Tapu Koko, we just play the Max Potion, heal it completely, and it's not an easy price for your opponent anymore. And Escape Rope, just obviously if we're stuck with a Pokemon that we can't get out of the active, or if our opponent has a Pokemon in the active that we don't like, Escape Rope. Alright. that does it for the item count. And next up here for our stadiums, we're just going to be running 3 copies of Aether Paradise Conservation Area. Now, some people have told me Rough Seas is the better option. It's not a bad choice, though I disagree. If you absolutely really want to play Rough Seas, I would play it with Aether, but I do not believe you could play Koko without Aether. Aether, to me, is just too good. What it does is that your basic Grass and Lightning Pokemon take 30 less damage from your opponent's attacks after applying Weakness and Resistance. So, going off what I told you earlier, as far as the 2 Kokos and the Fighting Fury Belt. So, Fighting Fury Belt would make this guy right here 150 HP. For a non-EX or GX, that's really dang good. And while Aether Paradise is out, he's unofficially practically 180 HP on a basic Pokemon that's neither EX nor GX. So, that right there is amazing. And same thing for here with Fighting Fury Belts, his HP goes up to 210. Aether Paradise, unofficially, it goes up to 240. So, again, just incredible there. That's another reason why I play Fighting Fury Belt over Choice Band, because it works so well with Aether Paradise. And while Rough Seas, yes, you are healing every single turn, at the same time, it doesn't make it harder for your opponent to one-shot you either. Aether Paradise makes those one-shots really hard. So, that's my defense of Aether Paradise. If you guys still want to play Rough Seas, I respect that. Though, in my opinion, this is the best stadium to play. And you don't even have to play with Koko. Any of your grass decks that you have, we have Tapu Bulu coming out now. So you can play that on Bulu as well. Alright, now for our energy. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 electric energy and 4 double colorless. 10 electric mainly because all of the stuff runs around electric energy and getting out as quick as possible. We really want to make sure we don't miss on those max elixirs. And the double colorless just because so many Pokemon take advantage of that. So we have 2 Lele's that use it, 2 of the promo Kokos, 1 of our Jolteons, and I guess if absolutely need be, Shaman. And here's the thing, double colors does not really hurt Koko whatsoever because I've tried it so many times. And I know some people are going to argue with this, but it's something I said before that you have to think about. You're not trying to hard attach to Koko whatsoever. So really having a double colors does no hindrance to you whatsoever. Can only help you. Alright. So that is my take on Tapu Koko. It's like I said, the deck has potential now. But as far as being top tier, we're going to have to wait for certain cards to come out in the future, like Super Scoop Up to come back, or a Sorola, whenever we get that in the future. But if you want to play something expanded, that would be this card right now personally is much better than expanded. And once we do get that supposed ban list that they're saying they're going to give us, but hasn't been confirmed yet, once they do that and they get rid of a lot of problematic cards in expanded, I would actually recommend playing this with Manectric EX because personally I feel that is the perfect Pokemon pairing for Koko. So, but that's just my opinion, and it doesn't have to be your guys'. Whatever you guys want to do, you do it because it's a game at the end of the day and you just want to have fun. That's what we're all here for, to have fun. So, if you guys enjoyed this little deck profile, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And come back tomorrow to where I take on Professor K's deck. And, oh boy, I'm going to need luck. My streak has not been too good lately. So, come on, Guardian. Island Guardian Deity. Please, help me. So, this has been N with the Pokemon Evolutionaries. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.